Hi, my name is John Wilson, and you're with another episode of Why This Franchise. And I'm talking with Jamie, and we're going to talk about Woofie's today. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy this episode. Hi, Jamie. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. Woof woof. See my nails?
I love
Woofie's
them.
logo, right?
That was
Isn't that
great.
awesome? Always be branding.
So, yeah, if you can share your screen, let's talk about your brand. Let's share it with the world here today.
Absolutely. My favorite topic, other than my talking about my dogs and my children, woofies, woof woof.
So, what is it about the background of Woofie's?
Well, Whoopies has a great story behind it, actually. So first of all, sorry, I'm starting on services we offer. Let me go to the company history here. Whoopies was started by two gals, Amy Reed and Leslie Barron. They were actually neighbors, and Leslie worked in the hospital administration, which was even really funny because she worked for the doctor that delivered Amy. Isn't that weird? Fun
That is
fact. Yeah. And Amy was had a corporate job that she did a ton of travel, and they both had dogs, and based on Ashburn, Virginia, they're always having problems finding services for their animals when they travel, more Amy than Leslie. And so they said, there is a need here. We should do something about it. So they started Woofies in 2004. They left their jobs permanently in 2005 and started running their business. And then they realized in 2011, there was also a need for the mobile grooming. They had dogs that needed to be groomed, etc. So they purchased their first Woofies grooming van in 2011, learned everything about it. They even created their own grooming school to help source their own groomers. How smart was that? And then they start getting the bug of franchising. As you can see, in 2017, Amy was featured on CNBC's The Job Interview. And people are asking her, like, hey, where are the other locations? Or, hey, can I replicate this? Can I open and stuff? So they're like, wow, maybe we should start franchising. And that's where they, in 2018, they officially started franchising. They awarded their first couple of franchisees in 2019. And then during the pandemic, they realized, we can't do this all by ourselves. Like a lot of emerging brands realize that this costs a lot of money. So they decided they wanted to partner with a bigger entity. And so that's where Authority Brands comes into play. Late January of 2022, Authority Brands purchased Woofies, and now we're just on a skyrocket situation right now.
fantastic. Okay, so tell me, what makes you stand out? What does Woofie stand out in the industry? What
Well,
makes you stand out?
the reason I think Woofie stands out the most is because we're a multiple revenue stream franchise. Most of our competition is doing one revenue stream in all of the pet care spaces. They're either just doing boarding, or they're just doing grooming, or they're just doing training, or whatever the case may be, right? We have three reoccurring revenue streams, and then we have three other revenue streams as well. So six revenue streams, and plus meaning there's more opportunity to grow from there. Our three major revenue streams are dog walking, pet sitting, and the grooming. With dog walking, that's normally a Monday through Friday, 15, 20, or 30-minute visits where they're, going to people's houses where they're at work all day or whatnot. Maybe they're working in the city, which is an hour plus commute, and they just need their dog walked, right? Pet sitting is all animals. That is dogs, cats, birds, bearded dragons, which are wildly popular with the little boys these days. But this could include chickens and goats, right? And the pet sitting is either in the client's home or at the pet sitter's home. And it can include overnight care. And that's why we call it bed and biscuit if they want the animals to be kept at the pet sitter's home overnight. So there's lots of variations with the pet sitting, but again, reoccurring. And then, of course, we have the mobile grooming. The mobile grooming is a huge high demand. And we are focusing on an upscale experience for our clients as well as our franchisees. And pet spa services are not just the regular grooming of your labradoodles and your all those doodle dogs, right? You know, where they get these really cute haircuts, but it's also washing, it's bathing, it's nail trims, ear cleans, teeth cleaning. And you can hire a groom tech that does that as opposed to a full groomer, which is going to be more profitable. So we're focusing on that profitability. Other services are pet transport. So think of elderly people that need help getting their animals to the vet. And then we do community events that make money, but also give back to the community. My favorite is called Yappy Hour. Think about Yappy Hour, how fun. There's so much room for creativity in this brand. But this is where you partner up with a pet-friendly restaurant, bar, brewery, winery, right? People bring their dogs and they get their dogs brushed out, de-shed, nail trim, ear cleaning, teeth cleaning. You charge for that. They go and have some margaritas or a couple glasses of wine, then they come back and they're all happy-go-lucky, and then they're willing to buy some of your retail product.
And they meet people. Yeah.
It's amazing. And then there's other community events that you raise money and you give back to the community with rescues and stuff like that. But so those are, I think the biggest upfront obvious is that we offer more than just one service line. But being a part of Authority Brands even adds to the differentiators.
That sounds great. So what is the year-to-year growth on a franchise like this?
Yeah, so we're an emerging brand, obviously. So it is harder for me to give you specific details on one franchisee to next. But we have in 2019, we awarded 2 franchisees, Tanya Lee. Last year in 2021, it was her second full calendar year in business, and she did over $863,000 in gross revenues. Wow. This year, she was inducted to the Golden Doodle $1 Million Club, which is her 3rd calendar year in business. But remember, her first calendar year in business was 2020, which was COVID. Yeah. On the screen here, though, at the very bottom, you can see our corporate location, Ashburn, Virginia. Last year, they did over $2.473 million in gross revenues with a 43% gross profit margin. What's great about this is a much smaller territory than we're giving to our franchisees. This is less than 45,000 households, where our franchisees are getting territories of 50 to 75,000 households, or maybe even bigger. This location, Ashburn, Virginia, had 7 vans last year, and they now have 9 vans and can probably still put in a couple more.
That's incredible. That looks great. And people don't know how inexpensive it is to own a franchise. And so the elephant in the room is, which I guess we're talking about right now, what's the cost associated? And I can see that. And what is a possible ROI? That's what I hear all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's why I say the gross revenues of our corporate location being over 2.473 million. But the franchise fee is 48,500. We do give discounts. We have a diversity discount and a veteran discount. John, you're a veteran. Thank you for your service.
Yes.
We do a 30% discount off the franchise fee for our veterans. We also have a diversity discount for minorities or females that own at least 51% of the company. They get $5,000 off. We do collect a grand opening marketing fee at the very beginning with those initial fees at $6,000 one-time fee. Royalties are a sliding scale between 8 to 6.5%. The better you do, the less you pay. We have national marketing. It's 1% of your monthly gross revenues, local marketing being $3,000 a month. But guess what? We do, our marketing department does almost 90% of the marketing on their behalf. And Authority Brands does all of the recruiting for the dog walkers, pet sitters, and groomers. But the total investment ranges between $126,000 to $210,000. $210,000 being the super high side. That's including an industrial space to park your vans. but most people are starting with just one van, John. So that odds of needing that industrial space are probably very low for the first year, maybe second year, maybe not even until the third year.
Well, Jamie, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I give you a woof woof for that. And
Woof, woof.
we will hopefully have some more people coming and contacting you or I, and we'll figure this out because I think this is a great brand. Take
Thank
care.
you so much. It's a great culture. Get to play with dogs and other animals all day. I mean, why would you not want to do that? And you get to work with employees that actually love to come to work and play with dogs and get paid for it. You know, we're not talking about paying people to scrub toilets here.
Roger that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.